What do you think is the most useful skill in speaking English? It's speaking. Yes, exactly. It is speaking. Now let's boost your fluency by learning some new phrasal verbs that you can actually use in your conversations. Hello everyone, my name is Ari from Ari English, and welcome to another lesson. Today, we're going to explore 10 phrasal verbs that are super common, very popular, and will make your English sound more natural and confident. Now, phrasal verb number 1, figure out. What? Figure out? When we look at it separately, it doesn't make any sense. But when we put them together, to figure out something means to understand it or solve it, sometimes after some thinking.
Imagine you just got a new phone, and at first, it feels so confusing. You don't know how to open the camera or set up your calendar, but after a few minutes of trying, suddenly, you get it. That moment, that's when you have figured it out.
For example, I finally figured out how to set up the reminders on my phone. You see, it's so simple, but it's really useful in everyday life. You can say, I need to figure out this problem, or I figured out the solution. By the way, before we continue, let's see what a phrasal verb is. A phrasal verb is usually 2 or sometimes 3 words. Normally a verb with a small word like a preposition or an adverb. And here's the interesting part. Each word alone might mean something very simple, but when you put them together, they create a completely new meaning. Now, phrasal verb number 2, turn up. And does this mean to turn up? No. Turn up can mean to appear somewhere, often unexpectedly. Like you don't expect somebody or something to be there, but there they are. Now picture this. You're at a small cafe, just having a coffee, and suddenly your old classmate turns up. You weren't expecting them, but there they are. For example, my friend turned up at my house yesterday without telling me. What a surprise! It's fun, right? You can also use it for events, like a lot of people turned up at my party. Phrasal verb number 3, bump into. And does this mean to bump into something? No. Bump into someone means you meet them unexpectedly. Both turn up and bump into somehow have a similar meaning. But in turn up, somebody suddenly shows up somewhere unexpectedly, but in bump into, you meet someone unexpectedly. Imagine you're shopping at the grocery store and suddenly you see your old neighbor. For example, you can say, I bumped into my old neighbor while buying milk yesterday. Wow, it's been years. Now, phrasal verb number 4, stumble upon. And what does that mean? Stumble upon something means you find something by chance. For instance, you're browsing the internet, but you're not looking for anything in particular. But suddenly, oh, look at this! You found a cool article, a great recipe, or a funny video. For example, I stumbled upon this amazing recipe while scrolling online. Phrasal verb number 5, bring up. And does this mean to bring something up? No. Bring up means to start talking about a topic in a conversation. Imagine you're in a meeting and there is an important point to discuss. You need to bring it up at the right moment. For example, I didn't want to bring up the problem during the meeting, so I waited until afterward. Alright, so far we have learned 5 phrasal verbs. Let me show you how you can use them in a paragraph. Listen carefully.
Yesterday, I figured out how to organize my email inbox properly. While going through the emails, I bumped into a message from an old friend, and I stumbled upon another interesting article I hadn't seen before. Feeling inspired, I decided to bring up the idea of meeting for coffee. Later, unexpectedly, a classmate turned up at the cafe.
Do you see how natural that flows and how easy it sounds? And yes, you can repeat it in your own words to practice. And hey, before we continue, just a little tiny favor. If you're enjoying this lesson, please smash that like button and subscribe to Ari English because it would really help me a lot to create more videos for you. Now here is a fun task. Take 2 or 3 of the phrasal verbs we just learned, like bump into, bring up, and figure out, and try to write a mini dialogue or a short paragraph. You can drop it in the comments and I'll give you feedback. It's like a mini homework and it will really help you remember them. Now, phrasal verb number 6, look forward to. And does it mean to look just forward and not backward? No. To look forward to means you're excited about something in the future. For example, I'm really looking forward to hanging out with my friends this weekend. I don't know about you, but I really am. And when you're writing an email or a formal letter, you can say, I look forward to hearing from you. This one is very common. Phrasal verb number 7, to speak up. But this one is a little different. It has 2 meanings. Number 1 is to speak louder, obviously. Number 2 is to express your opinions confidently, especially if you're shy. Now let me give you an example. She was very nervous, but her friend encouraged her to speak up. Now, phrasal verb number 8, put off. To put off means to delay something or postpone it. For example, we had to put off our picnic because it started raining. Phrasal verb number 9. This one is the most popular one, and I think you already know it. Hang out. To hang out means you spend time with your friends, relaxing or having fun. For example, I'm going to hang out with my friends at the park, or I'm going to hang out with my friends this weekend. Now, phrasal verb number 10, which is the last one, and I hope you have learned enough by now. Number 10 is go through. And does this mean to go through something? No. To go through means to experience a difficult situation. For example, I went through so much stress last week, I needed a break. All right, now let's use these last 5 verbs in a paragraph. Let's listen.
I'm really looking forward to the weekend when I can hang out with my friends. Last time, we had to put off our plans because of the rain, and I didn't speak up about my suggestion. This time, I'll make sure to voice my opinion. Sometimes we all go through small challenges, but it makes the fun moments even better.
Okay, that was fun, right? Now let's see how all 10 phrasal verbs work together in a slightly longer paragraph.
Yesterday, I figured out how to fix a problem at work. While checking my emails, I bumped into a message from an old friend, and I stumbled upon a reminder I had forgotten. Feeling inspired, I decided to bring up an idea in the meeting. Later, unexpectedly, a classmate turned up at the cafe. I'm looking forward to hanging out with my friends this weekend. Last time, we had to put off our plans because of bad weather, and I didn't speak up. This time, I'll make sure to share my thoughts. We all go through ups and downs, but using phrasal verbs makes our stories and conversations more fun and interesting.
And remember, the key to mastering phrasal verbs is practice. You can write sentences, link them into paragraphs, and then combine the paragraphs into a full text. Then you repeat, repeat, and repeat, because repetition is exactly how we remember things. I'll see you in the next lesson.